Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and we're back with another battle report. We've got Imperium versus Chaos. It's Word Bearers versus Blood Angels. I hope you enjoy it. Right, so we're back on Warhammer with a battle report. Ignore the t-shirt, that's Sam's fault.
I'm so sorry. You should have said.
So Sam thought he was coming to film for DZ. I changed my mind last minute and thought we haven't put a battle report on Warhammer for a while, so it's probably a good idea to get one on
Shame
Warhammer.
on you.
Yeah, I know, yeah, shocking, because that's what made us. So we're going to put a battle report on Warhammer. We've got a Maelstrom of War, Fused Knights, Spoils of War. So generate 3 tactical objectives, must keep secure objective, can steal secure objective, etc. You guys know the score by now because it's been running for long enough. We'll talk you through it as the game goes on anyway. So Sam's bought his Word Bearers. He's a 30k army that he's 40k'd up and stuck in an 8th edition battalion detachment for us. So I bought the Blood Angels. We can have some classic Imperium on Chaos action, so it should be really cool. They're not optimised lists. They're 2 quite narrative lists, I think. They're not gamey. You won't see Smash Captains on the channel because I'm just not that guy. So it should be a lot of fun. I think I've looked at them both on the table. I think they're quite balanced. You think they're quite balanced?
Yeah, I'd say this is the most balanced we've done so far.
Yeah, that's a disclaimer. So if it goes one way, that wasn't the intention. But what we'll do now is we'll go and jump into the lists and then we'll play the game. You'll notice in this video that it's a slightly different format. So basically, I'm trying to speed up, the length of time it takes us to film, because normally Sam finishes about 4 AM and then goes and does PT at 7.
Yeah.
So we're trying to not do that, and I'm also trying to speed up the amount of time the video's on the channel for, so people aren't trying to sit through 2.5 hours. So that will explain that one to you. Let me know if you like it. Anyway, let's jump straight into the lists. We're stealing some filming methods from my business partner, and this is how we're going to look at the armies. So I have a Blood Angels battalion detachment. Heading it up, we have got a Blood Angels captain. He has a power fist and a plasma pistol, and obviously a jump pack. He's got the relic, which is called the Angel's Wing. So basically, that means that he can reroll failed charge distances and all sorts. I think you can't shoot Overwatch at him. We're also going to give him the Warlord trait Artisan of War, which gives him +1 to his damage. And I'm going to spend a command point. This is these things here. I'm going to spend a command point to give him Death Throes of Sanginius, which basically gives him the Black Rage. He gets +1 attack on the charge and a 6+ feel no pain. Second in the HQ slots for the battalion detachment, we've got a Librarian Dreadnought, standard Librarian Dreadnought, and his powers are the Quickening and Wings of Sanguinis, standard. We also have the 3 troops choices in the list. So here we have 5 scouts. They've got sniper rifles and there's a missile launcher. They don't have camo cloaks in this list because I had to save some points. And a point to note, we're on 1500 exactly. We have a 5-man tactical squad here. We have the sergeant at the front pointing and then a melter gun. Another 5-man tactical squad over here. We have the sergeant with a hand flamer and power sword, and then the special weapon is a heavy flamer. In the fast attack slot, we've got 10 assault marines. No, lied to you. 9 assault marines with a sergeant. That's basically a point saving exercise. That's why there's only 9, not 10. And then finally, in the not finally, I'm lying to you when I say finally. In the elite slots, we have the 5 sanguinary guard, 3 with Encarmine swords, 1 with an axe, and 1 with a power fist. We also have a Furioso Dreadnought, because I don't think you see any of these nowadays, with a frag cannon and he's got a storm bolter. Then we have 2 heavy support choices. We have a Bile Predator, twin assault cannons and twin heavy bolters, and a Vindicator. I've always told everybody they're terrible, but this one's painted really pretty, so I'm kind of hoping he does okay. And like I said, this is more of a narrative game. And then finally, we've got the dedicated transport, which is a Razorback. I almost forgot the name, with a Stormbolter and twin las cannons. So he can carry 5 guys around, should I so choose, which will probably be 5 of the tactical marines. And that's the list. It's 1500 on the nose. These little orange counters here, these are command point tokens. They have the DZ logo in them. They'll be available soon from cromlech.eu. Wonderful people there at Cromlech are making us command point tokens and objective markers. Anyway, that's the Blood Angels. Let's take a look at this heretic force. And here we have Sam's Word Bearers. There is just under 1,500 points of Word Bearers. Again, only a battalion detachment, Sam?
Only a battalion.
Right, let's run us through it.
Okay, then, so to start off, we've got the HQ choice. We've got Zeltire in the middle. He's a Chaos Lord. That's stolen from the Primaris Chaplain.
Yeah.
And he's armed with a plasma pistol, because I love my overcharging, and the Black Mace.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I use the Black Mace in the World Eaters as a quality relic.
Okay, yeah, then we have our Sorcerer and Terminator armor, summoning a nice shiny demon there, and he's got a 4-sword, and that's it.
Cool. And
then,
his 2 powers are Diabolic Strength and Prescience, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool.
And then we have our third HQ, which is a Dark Apostle, because it's Wordbearer's army, you need to be fluffy. And he is rocking the, for a command point I'm spending for a relic, he's rocking the Cursed Crozius, which is the Wordbearer's special relic. It's just
cool.
Another beefed up, slightly less version of a Black Mace.
Winner. So we've both spent a command point before we even started.
So for troops, I've got a 10-man squad of Tap Marines in
These
the front.
guys here, yeah?
Cool. And then I have another 5-man tactical squad at the back with a melter gun.
Yeah.
And then another 5-man melter squad to the right of them. Again, sorry, 5-man melter squad? 5-man tactical squad.
With a melter gun, yeah.
Yeah. In between them, we have a Rhino. Coming on from the Rhino, we've got a 7-man assault squad. The champion's got a power sword. And I've also given them the Mark of Nurgle. And although it's not model, they have the Icon of Despair. The idea is that they're the -2 leadership, and when they jump in, they're going to be singing hymns, and everyone's going to be scared.
Yeah, so they're raptors, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
What do I call them?
You called them an assault squad.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Still clinging on to your loyalist days.
Never be a loyalist.
Right, cool.
So from them, we've got a 5-man Havoc squad, all with missile launchers, or 4 with missile launchers, and then you've got the Havoc champion who's got a power sword.
Cool.
Then we have 8 possessed.
Yeah, some demonic force within the word bearers. It makes sense.
Yep.
And these are the Van Goolback models, aren't they, from Forge World?
Gal
that's the same thing, yeah, whatever you said. And then finally the big dude at the back, the Land Raider.
Yeah, we have a Land Raider, because...
Oh, look at that, there's some scripture on the front of him as well. Isn't that good? Cool, so that is just under 1,500 points, you said again?
Yeah, 1,492, I think.
There we go, so just under 1,500 points of word bearers. Hopefully you can see that it looks like it's quite balanced. I don't know if Sam's played much of the Chaos Space Marines in 8th, and I apparently keep getting all the rules wrong with Blood Angels in 8th, so this could be interesting. But we've both started off with 8 command points, we've both spent 1. That's that, so we're now going to go and deploy the forces and jump straight into the mission, so we'll see you on the battle grid. And welcome to the battle grid. This battle grid has been decimated. It is an arid wasteland blown away from missiles above. Nothing survived that bombardment. Nothing survived. The Imperium didn't pay it any attention anymore. And then the word bearers came to this planet, and they have started chanting some dark chants. They have started their demonic rituals. They're trying to summon some demon cohorts to this planet. So the Blood Angels have made planetfall to come and stop this potential demonic incursion right on the fringe of the Imperial galactic space. So we have deployed and we have got our objective markers. We put them down obviously before deployment. We've got number 4 is there, number 6 is over there, 2 is there, 1's in here, 5's over here, and the last one, number 3, is there. So these are the objective markers I'm talking to you about from cromlech.eu. They've got the DZ symbol in the middle. I would use more Warhammer ones, but I don't have them, so I've got to use these ones, and they look a little bit nicer than my dice stuck to a base. Anyway, so like we said, this is Spoils of War, so we'll be drawing 3 objective cards at the beginning of each turn. And if it's a secure objective card, you can't discard it. You've got to try and achieve it. If it's a secure objective card, and in the next turn your opponent achieves it and you haven't yet, he gets to steal your point off you. But nobody likes a thief.
No one likes
a thief, but you're chaos, so you don't care. So yeah, we're playing that mission. It should be good fun. We've played it once before and got it horrendously wrong, so hopefully we'll do it quite well this time. So let's talk you through what we've done. So Sam started deploying, and he put his Rhino full of 10 Marines over there and his 2 tactical squads on the flank, and he put some Raptors over here. During that, I was sticking stuff in Deep Strike Reserves to force his hand, and I kind of made him spread out across the line because he didn't know where I was going to go. So I sort of forced his hand there a little bit, and he isn't as concentrated as he wants. Now he put his 9 Raptors over here, 7 Raptors over here, and he put his 5 Havocs here. So they're quite sort of that side-ish. So what I've done is I've castled up in this corner, keeps him out of range of most of my stuff, gives me some good line of sight blocking terrain to his Havocs. And it means that his Raptors have now got a long way to go to catch me up. Obviously, I could come down in Deep Strike Reserve with my Assault Marines or Standguard or Warlord and try and hammer them. We have put the Scouts up here. They haven't got camo cloaks, so they don't get an additional +1 to their save for being on that cover. And we are counting on top of this stuff on cover. If your whole unit's within the rubble here, it will count as in cover, but I don't think it's going to come into effect much. We're just going to have some pure Marine on Marine action. And that was about that. So, yeah, basically I've tried to sort of null deploy, but I haven't really because he stuck his Land Raider down at the end there. So I couldn't completely avoid it with this one-on-one deployment type stuff that we do nowadays. But I have kind of pulled off a null deploy. My stuff's all kind of together, like I say, with the exception of my reserves. So it should be a fun game. Sam did actually finish deploying before me. So you're going to get +1 to your roll to see who goes first. And we let guests roll first. You're kind of becoming a regular there. You're not really a guest anymore.
You can roll first then. Because every
okay.
time I roll first, I seem to go first. We're going to change it up a little.
So I got a 1.
Do you want to reroll that?
No, that's a 1. And you got and you get +1, a 6.
Oh.
So yeah. You're going to get to go first unless I can sneeze initiative. Do I want to? So this is what I'm thinking. His Havocs are kind of in range, but they're kind of wasting their firepower probably at Tactical Marines and not much else. I don't think they can see any of this stuff. He could push his Land Raider around. Is it worth it? It's always worth it. Sneeze. Nope, didn't get to sneeze. So it's Sam's turn first. The Word Bearers have got the edge on this Blood Angels force. They were expecting them after all. Let's move into Word Bearers, turn 1. So the bearers of the word have had whispers from the demons in the warp, and this is what they told them to do. Blood and guts, no prisoners, and rise to glory. Rise to glory basically means you have to kill a character, vehicle, monster, and a heretic Astartes character to take the final wound. No prisoners is kill something, and blood and guts is kill something in the fight phase, or whichever way around those two are. I think it's that way around. Anyway, basically their objective currently is not to take this ground, but to slaughter the invading force. So Sam's been sort of aggressive with his movement, I suppose. The Land Raiders push round from behind that big rock. The Rhinos push forward with the 10 Tactical Marines inside. Has that Tactical Squad moves? They stood still.
No, they stood still.
This one, however, has been typical heretic cowardly.
I don't know why you thought I was aggressive. They hid.
No, well, they have hid. Everything else has pushed forward a bit.
Yeah.
The Librarian and the Captain he is, isn't he?
Chaos Lord.
Chaos Lord, Captain, same. I should know this, I play Chaos. And the Raptors here have pushed up as well. I'm guessing the Havocs are still, because they're heavy weapons, so it kind of makes sense. And obviously he's got that Sorcerer nearby who has Prescience, which allows him reroll for to hits. Oh, is it +1 to hit now? +1 to hit in modern day 40k. I'm talking old money. So that's Sam's movement phase complete. So it's semi-aggressive. I think basically the idea is that the big guns here are aiming down at something down here. Sam's already said that the Bile Predator concerns him because he has lots of infantry, and that thing is designed to basically shred infantry. So we're going to move into the Word Bearer's Psychic phase. And Sam, I believe, has an intention to cast a couple of powers.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? So I think we're just going to cast Prescience because nothing else is in range.
Yeah, you're going to need more dice, aren't you? You only got one.
I've only got one.
Yeah, let's grab you some more dice.
Do an SN Battle Report bag.
And here he is, grabbing dice out of our new SN Battle Reports dice bag. Pretty. You can get them. You can just speak to the guys at SN Battle Reports and buy one. Oh, it's cool. Anyway, so you're going to cast Prescience.
Yeah, so warp charge value of 6.
Okay. You look unsure. You've got 6, so we should probably check that it is in fact 6 required. You'll notice the 4 remains and the 2 is missing. It's 7, it's not 6. So
it's
Sam's
7.
spending a command point already in the psychic phase for a reroll.
To the gods of Nurgle.
Oh,
no!
Oh, and he fails. So he fails to get Prescience off. So those Havocs don't get +1 to hit. And your other one is Diabolic Strength.
Yeah, that's not going to help anyone in this.
We're not going to worry about Diabolic Strength.
No.
No. Right, so that's the end of the psychic phase. That was good fun. So Sam's going to have a look at what he's going to shoot, and we're going to move into the Word Bearer's shooting phase. And the big guns open up first. This Land Raider has decided that he doesn't want to keep that Bile Predator alive. So when the filth inside these transports spew forward, They don't want assault cannons and heavy bolters tearing them down. So Sam's declared all 4 last cannons into the Bile Predator. What about the heavy bolters?
I think the heavy bolters are going to go into the Bile Predator if
Yeah.
it's still alive.
Everything into the Bile Predator. So the 4 last cannons first, if it's still alive. Look at that for confidence.
So I need 3s, but I get to reroll 1s because we didn't mention my Warlord trait is the Voice of Lorgar, which means I can add 3 inches to my aura. So rerolling 1s is now within 9 inches rather than 6.
Yeah, so Sam's Warlord trait, which he didn't mention, is the Lorgar one. I don't know why I just repeated it. I tell you why I just repeated it, because I changed my Warlord trait for something I can't remember, and I haven't told you that either. So we're just basically lying to you all the way through the game. But I didn't go for Artisan of War because I almost always use it. So there's another one, something to do with Foresight, I believe. It gives him it gives him a 6-up for no pain, or 5-up if he's got the Black Rage. And I suddenly thought, he's got Death Visions of Sanginius, so if I give him that, I get a 5-up feel no pain. It's basically like I've got Disgustingly Resilient. So that's what he's got, just to clarify before it comes into effect and you not go, anyway, yeah, so 3s, rerolling 1s. Let's stick it in here somewhere. You didn't need the reroll. All 4 hit. That's bad news for me. Bile Preds are toughness 7, because they're predators. So your strength 9, you wound on 3s. Oh no. This isn't good news, Sam. This is how it starts.
This is how it starts.
This is how it starts. I need 6-up saves because they're AP -3. I mean, I saved 2 of them, so you can't wreck me because I believe it's a 13 wound model. It might be 12. I'll check. Let's see what you get first before I get excited. Oh, maybe it's 11 then. Don't say that. Don't say that and roll that.
Have 9.
That's 9 wounds off that Bile Pred. If he does have 11, that means he's got 2 wounds remaining, which means the driver's now basically shooting. Well, the gunner's now shooting with his eyes shut. Anyway, you've got 6 heavy bolter shots to come into it now to try and strip those last 2. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad. We could have first blood already with the first unit opening fire. So again, hit on 3s, rerolling 1s. He gets to reroll both those 1s because his Chaos Lord is nearby. There we go. So that's 5 hits, strength 5, toughness 7, means it's 5 to wound in total. That is 2 wounds. That's the 2 he needs. Heavy bolters are -1. They're not, are they?
They are -1.
They are -1. 2 4-ups. Boom. Does it go bang?
Hang on, should we not check it definitely has 11 wounds first?
Yeah, well, if it does have 11 wounds, then it doesn't go bang. If it doesn't have 11 wounds, then, yeah, let's have a look. Yep, 11 wounds, and that's the gap where that tank once stood, so this has started off well, but it's okay. We did say that the word bearers anticipated this strike, and they were ready. That Land Raider proving how powerful last cannons can be in this edition. So, do we know what's firing next?
Yeah, so we're going to go with the Havocs, and they're going to do something you don't really see very often. They're going to fire their frag variant into those Blood Angels over there.
Into this tactical squad.
Yeah.
So we've got some frag missiles coming in. You never see this. But this is D6 shots per missile launcher, right?
Yeah, D6.
5 D6 shots.
4. The Sergeant's not got one.
Oh, of course, 4 D6 shots.
With that completely.
Yeah, luckily you rolled terribly. So clearly these weapons are not warmed up. Their rangefinders aren't on target quite yet. And you've got 5, 3, 8 shots in total.
8 shots in total.
8 shots, and these didn't move, so they still hit on 3s. But you didn't get prescience off, so it stays at 3s. Is your Lord still in range? Probably not.
No, he's not. That's definitely not 9 inches. Could be. No, I don't think it is. So, hitting on 3s. However, I didn't need it anyway.
That's amazing. Right, okay. So everything hit. All 8 shots hit. That's pretty good. Now, you're strength 4 with this weapon, and I'm toughness 4, so it's force to wound. You probably could have done with it then.
Yeah.
So that is a total of 3 up armor saves. I lost a Marine, so you did kill a tactical Marine. That is a lot better than I expected. So one of these guys has been blown away. Not taking the melter gun, that would be silly. So that tactical squad now down to 4. Anything else that's in range, that can see, that can shoot?
Yeah, I think we'll go with their Raptors are going to fire their bolt pistols at the scouts.
So the 7 Raptors here are going to fire up at these 5 scouts, because currently he can't really make it into combat because there's not enough space to fit them up there. So he's going to try and clear some space before he comes charging in a frenzy. So you've got 7 bolt pistols.
Yep.
And these guys also hit on 3s. So 1 miss. Doing quite well tonight on target so far. Again, 4s and 4s. Again, low number of wounds. So 3 up armor saves, so it's 4 up in total, plus 1 for being in cover. Saved, good, no space. Shut that door, they're not coming up. You've got a Rhino here that can fire a combi bolter into these tactical marines for 2 shots.
So we'll go for it, because why not? Fire 2 hits.
Both hit. Same as always tonight, on target. Can you wound?
Watch me fail to wound. Oh, I got one.
You got 1 wound. I thought I only saw the 1 to start with then. Yeah, saved. Sweet. So the combi bolter fails. I don't think you've got anything else in range, to be honest, mate.
No, it's
that's about it.
Up close and personal army.
Yeah, so quite a tame first turn from the word, but I say tame. You did blow a tank up and get first blood. And you did kill a tactical marine. So yeah, it wasn't all that bad. It could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
But it could have been probably a little bit better. But that didn't help the way I deployed. Probably didn't do you any favours there at all.
No, you hid.
Yeah, I did. I did hid. I was cowardly, and I'm okay with it. So we're going to move into Blood Angels turn 1 and see if we can't retaliate to that initial strike from the Land Raider. News of the Wordbearer's strike got back to the battle barge, and the orders came down from high command. Domination, big game hunter, and aerial assault. That's unachievable, obviously, because I have to hold every objective marker. I could have maybe sort of possibly done it if I'd have dropped things in the right place, but I don't think it's worth it, even with as many points as it is. However, big game hunter and aerial assault. Kill something big, like a Land Raider. Aerial assault makes sure the last wound is removed by something with the fly keyword. So as we pan back, this is what we've done as the Blood Angels. This 5-man tactical squad moved and advanced 6 inches. So I got the melter gun in range of the tank. He might even be in range of the Land Raider, but that might be a stretch. We pushed the Furiosa Dreadnought there forward. We needed a 5 or 6 inch advance to be able to get his frag cannon in range. Yeah, I didn't. I got a 4, so I'm about 1 inch or 2 inches out of range. Hey ho, hopefully he'll be in range next time. The frag cannon is quite a decent weapon for taking out things like troops. So if we can open up some of these transports, the frag cannon might be able to do some work in the next turn. The Vindicator had to push forward. It's got a 24-inch range, and I wasn't in range of anything else. And the Librarian moved his full distance forward, because if I can get quickening and wings off, he can go and try and slap him some tank. And importantly, we've dropped the Assault Marines in here as well, because that puts me 2 melter guns within 12 inches range. I don't get my 2d6 damage. No, 2d6. Yeah, 2d6 damage. But I am within 12 inches, so I can fire both melter guns. So if I can chip some wounds, he might be able to launch in and remove the final ones. And because at that point he'll have Wings of Sanginius on, he'll have the fly keyword, and I will achieve aerial assault. Finally, over here, the Sanguinary Guard have decided that these 5 missile-wielding havocs are going to cause havoc in our lines. It was like that. It was good. That was a joke. So we've decided to drop in there and come and hammer into those. We've charged our power weapons. We're going to come in for Sanginius and try and slaughter this heretic foe. That's about it. We've kept our scouts still, because it kind of makes sense. Obviously, the what they call raptors, struggling to remove them from that embedded position. Hopefully they're going to lay some fire down onto the havocs. That's about it. I think I've covered everything. Do you think I've covered everything?
Yeah, thereabouts.
I think I've covered everything. So let's move in to the Blood Angels psychic phase. Unlike the word bearers, we only have a single psyker. That's the Dreadnought there. We're going to cast Quickening first rather than Wings. So tactical talk. The reason being, if I cast Wings, I'm supposed to move him straight away. If I then fail to get Quickening, I'm out in the open with only 3 attacks and no additional 3 inches to my charge. So I don't really want to do that. So if I get Quickening first, then I'll go for Wings, because it makes sense. If I don't get Quickening, I might not go for Wings. We'll have to make that decision as a win. So we need a warp charge value of 7 or more. That is a perils.
On the perils.
So we're going to re-roll this with a command point, which is a 9. Basically, what it means is I couldn't fail because I needed 7, but I don't now suffer D3 mortal wounds. So he gets an additional, additional 3 inches to his advance and charge moves and an additional attack. Now we're going to go for Wings of Sanguinus and hope that command point wasn't wasted. I need a warp charge value of 5 or more. That is 8. He gets Wings. Let's move him. And that's where he ended up. I did some poor measuring before. I think I said he would be about 9 inches away. But actually, once I've moved him, he is 7 inches from that Land Raider. Which means, with Quickening, I only need a 2d6 charge of 4 or more, and I'll make it in. I've said it out loud now, so I'll probably fail. With that, we now move into the Blood Angels shooting phase. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shoot this Vindicator into that Land Raider, because basically it's the only thing in range, and I want to start chipping some wounds away. So we have D3 shots from the Vindicator for 3 shots. That's a good start. We did move, however, and we are heavy weapons, so we suffer -1 to hit. So we hit on 4s. That's 1 hit. Not so great. But strength 10, so it's 3s to wound. We wound. It's AP -3. A Land Raider has a 2-up save. So Sam has a 5+ save. I'll give you a nice little dice there. It was on a 6 when I gave it to you. So
for the Dark Gods. No, they don't.
He fails, and it does D6 damage for 5 wounds off of 16, putting him down to 11. That's a very, very good start. So now we're going to fire the Assault Marines into the Land Raider, because it's the only one the melter guns are in range of. And if I blow my last cannons on it and manage to destroy it, which is unlikely but possible, then they'll be wasted. So we'll fire the Assault Marines melter guns into the Land Raider now. The bolt pistols, we might as well actually. I think some of them are in range. I'll measure that up in a minute, but we'll do the melter guns first. Hitting on through. Oh. Right, so we're going to fire some bolt pistols from the Assault Marines into the Land Raider. Let's see how many are in range. So a hail of pistol fire came coming in as a covering for the melter guns that failed in the bearer's hands, and they did nothing at all. They caused a wound, but Sam had a 2-up save, and he saved it. So now we have a twin last cannon from this Razorback. We sat him still on purpose, so he'd be hitting on 3s, and we're firing into the Land Raider again. Now this is my big game that I'm trying to hunt. So hitting on 3s, 2 hits, strength 9, toughness 8, so winning on 3s. 2 wounds, AP -4 this time. Nope, 3, it's last cannon still. I lied to you. So Sam has 5-up save. Don't make both of these. Literally made both of them. I told you not to, and you ignored me.
They're your dice.
They are my dice. I literally handed them to you. Right, okay. That hasn't gone quite so well. I was thinking that was guaranteed. That was silly of me. Right, okay, here we've got this tactical squad that advanced up. His melter gun is now in range of that Rhino. He hits on a 4 because he advanced. Nope, misses. At least it's dreadful for both of us. What to do next? Right, Angelus bolt guns over here. And we've got scouts up here. So we'll fire the scouts first, I think. We're going to fire 4 shots from the scouts into the sorcerer. So they hit on 3s. They all hit, and I can fire at the sorcerer because they're sniper rifles. So I think they're strength 4, so 4's to wound. Just 1 wound, no AP negative, and you've got Terminator armor. Basically 6 is there with an mortal wounds, and that's what I was hoping for. But you've now got a 2-up save, which you pass. And the missile launcher, I should have declared this at the start, is firing forward at the Raptors. It's my fault for not. And I'm going to spend a command point for flak missile. And I'll just tell you exactly what that does. Basically, I wanted to check if the +1 to hit also worked against the infantry. Yeah, basically, I spend a command point. I pick a target that can fly, Raptors. I roll a dice. If I hit, I do D3 mortal wounds instead of normal damage. So we hit on 2s now. Yeah, we hit, and we do D3 mortal wounds. For 2. So that's 2 dead Raptors. Yay! Cool. Angelus bolt guns. Sam's going to remove 2 Raptors. I'm going to work out what I'm going to do with the Sanguinary Guard. We've measured up, done some decision making. I didn't want to fire all 5 Angelus bolt guns into the missile launchers because Sam will basically remove the nearest models and it makes my charge range longer. So I've measured up and 2 of them are in range of that Raptor there. So they're going to fire into the Raptors. The other 3, the only thing they can target is those missile launcher dudes there, those Havocs. So that's what we're going to do. So the first 2, it's 2 shots each, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, 2 misses. They're strength 4, so I wound on 4s. That's 1 wound at AP -1. So Sam has a 4-up save, I think.
This was on the Havocs.
This is on the Raptors.
Sorry, not Havocs, Raptors. That's what I meant. I love it.
Yeah, I gave him a dice to use, and he ignored me. So this 6 shots here on the Havocs, hitting on 3s. Missing with 2. Okay, strength and toughness 4. 2 wounds this time on the Havocs at AP -1. 1 passes, 1 fails. That's cool. Which one are you going to take?
Probably the Sergeant.
Oh dear. Taking the Sergeant away because he doesn't want to lose a rocket from the squad. So now it's time to declare some charges. So I'm going to spend another command point, because I'm just throwing them away this time, on Wings of Sanguinius for those... Wings of Sanguinius for those... no, is it called? It's not called that, is it? Descent of Angels, sorry. Descent of Angels from the Sanguinary Guard. I will get these words out tonight. Basically, it means my charge roll goes from 2d6 to 3d6, and they're only 9 inches away, so that's good. So we're going to declare that charge to sacrifice on Overwatch in a minute. Which order do we do this in? So I'm tempted to throw the Assault Marines at the Land Raider to eat the Overwatch, and then push the Librarian in afterwards. The risk is that the Assault Marines won't make it, and then the Librarian will eat Overwatch as well, and I basically give you 2 free turns of shooting. But if they do make it, he won't suffer Overwatch. Let's do it. The Assault Marines are going to charge the Land Raider first, then the Librarian's going to charge in. So Sam's about to roll some Overwatch, and we'll come back to you once we've made our charge moves. Well, actually, I'll show you the rolls once we've done the Overwatch. We were rolling Overwatch, and we've had to stop. So the Sanguinary Guard took a load of frag missiles, and he did no damage. The Assault Marines, they took 4 last cannons. One of them hit and wounded, and a 6-up save. The power armor stood firm, but he was clearly mortally wounded because then the heavy bolters opened up and killed 2 Assault Marines. The thing is, we can't carry on firing Overwatch yet because they might make it in, and if they make it in, he can't fire Overwatch on the Librarian. So we're going to roll up. So we've got the Assault Marines first. Theirs is a 9-inch charge because I made sure they were 9 inches away for the melter guns. So I need more than a 9. That's not going to happen, and it doesn't matter if I reroll 1 because I won't make it in. But more importantly, what we're going to do is we're now going to fly the Sanguinary Guard into the Havocs. I get 3d6 for Descent of Angels. I should have told you that's 2 command points, by the way, not 1. That's 8, 9 exactly, so it's a damn good job I used that. No, I don't need to roll anymore. That's 9, I'm definitely in. So now Sam's going to get to fire Overwatch at the Librarian Dreadnought before he rolls for his charge distance. And I'm letting him roll this on camera. Basically, it makes sense because this is the Librarian Dreadnought. This could be a big, big turn if Sam manages to hit. So last cannons first, 6 as he wants, and he gets to reroll 1s because his Lord is within range. He hits once and gets 2 rerolls. If you roll 2 more 6s. No, so he hits once. Strength 9, toughness is 6 or 7. Either way, it's 3s to wound. 4. AP -3, I have a 6-up save. Nope, and you do d6 damage. For 6 wounds. Oh, I've only got like 8 to start with. So now I've got the 6 heavy bolt. I hate it when you come and play. Hate it. You're not coming again.
I wish I was so high on wound.
6. Yeah, 6 heavy bolt shots hitting on 6s. This is why we're showing it though, to be fair. And you get to reroll both your 1s. Yep, and now it's 5 to wound. And it's AP -1, so I have a 4-up save. Which I pass. So I'm down to sort of 2 wounds. I say sort of 2 wounds, I'm down to exactly 2 wounds. Which is painful. But we now get to make a charge move with the Librarian. So I need more than basically 4 on 2 dice. There we go, 7. The Librarian's in. I still could take this Land Raider down, but it's highly unlikely now.
You don't degrade.
I don't degrade, no, but I need to hit with all 4, wound with all 4, and you need to fail all 4 saves. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Once charge moves have been made, this is how it looks. The Librarian Dread slamming into that Land Raider, and the Sanguinary Guard looking to clean out those Havocs to try and remove basically all of your big firepower. That's kind of the plan, and then we're just dealing with a lot of power armor. One of the things I had to deal with power armor was Bar Predator. Anyway, one thing I did learn, that Librarian Dreadnought with the quickening doesn't get +1 attack, he gets +D3 attacks. So here's hoping this will prove to me, I think, whether the Emperor does or does not exist. D3 extra attacks. But yeah, it doesn't exist. You're right, it doesn't exist. I do only get 4 attacks after all. Do I re-roll that for a command point? I've only got 3 left. Do I re-roll? Yes. He does exist. He does. So I get 2 additional attacks. Excuse me, so I grab some more dice.
That was Zinj just messing with your mind.
Yeah, it probably was. Obviously the Chaos Gods having some command here over how these forces act. We now have 6 attacks from the Librarian, and we hit on 2s. So didn't get the extras anyway, really. But we did hit with 4, which is what we needed. Now, we have strength 10, and we wound on 3s. I really need to wound with all of these. That's not wounding with all of these. That's only wounding with 2. They're AP -4. So Sam now has 2 6-up saves to make, or he loses a flat 6 wounds in total. And you're throwing a lot of 6s.
For Lorgar. No.
Lorgar did not protect you on this day. You've lost 6 more wounds. You originally lost 5. That's 11 gone. You've only got 5 remaining. But you are still alive and you are still in play. Which makes me a very, very, very sad panda. So we're going to go over here now with the Sanguinary Guard and try and slaughter some Havocs. So if we pile in, we're only going to pile in a little bit that way. I won't bother to walk around there now and do it. You get the idea. We're not going to move massively around that squad. Basically, we're just going to make sure that everyone is within an inch of someone within an inch. And then fight. So the 6 in Carmine Swords, hitting on 3s. We only miss with 1. They are strength 4, so we wound on 4s. This is how it's going. We fail to wound with 4. We win with 1, but it's AP -3. So Sam's got a 6-up save, or he loses a Havoc.
Nope.
So you lose a Havoc. 2 with the axe, hitting again on 3s, I believe. It might be 4s. Strength is +1, so we win on 3s. I lied to you. I lied to you a lot. I'm going to upset you a lot in a minute. So we've wounded twice. They're AP -2. So you've got 2 5-up saves, and you're about to find out why I'm going to upset you.
I made 1.
Right, so you make 1, so another one dies. I forgot. Something that's very, very important for my list is I have the Red Thirst. The Red Thirst gives me +1 to wound. Now, the Sanguinary Guard, they wounded with 4, 2 2s and a 1.
Yeah.
That would have made no difference because they would have been wounded on 3s. The Librarian Dread, however, wounding on 3s, he would have had +1 to wound, so he would have wounded on 2s. So those 2 2s that I failed to wound with would have wounded. Okay, I'm capturing this now before we go too far.
Yeah.
Which means you needed an additional 2 6-up saves, and if you fail both, I do actually successfully blow up that Land Raider, and I'm capturing it now in my fight phase, because honestly I'm not cheating.
If I got 1-6, you're going to cry.
I won't cry, because I've remembered it at least. I would have cried in post-edit if I realised I'd forgotten it and never rolled for it at least.
Fair one.
Does Lorgar protect on this day? That's cocked, Sam. I'm going to let you re-roll that.
Oh no.
2 5s. The Land Raider goes boom. Does it explode? And you've been throwing a lot of 6s.
I love it when my stuff blows up.
How is Zinch going to play this day?
No.
Nope, the Land Raider is wrecked. So he's going to have to get the 7 possessed out. 8 possessed, 7 possessed, 8 possessed?
It's 8 possessed.
Get the 8 possessed out and then remove that tank. We're going to finish with the Power Fist over here. So we've killed 2 of them already, I believe.
Yeah, 2 have died.
Yeah.
Just haven't removed them all as yet.
And then we've got the Power Fist hitting on 4s. Yeah, he doesn't hit. So 2 Havocs die, 2 get to fight back. I thought I probably would have killed those. But actually I did kill that, so I'm okay. Anyway, yeah, so you get 2 Havoc attacks back. I believe they've got a base 1 attack each.
Yeah, because I killed my sergeant. Like a fool.
Like a fool. I keep giving you dice, you keep ignoring me.
I've got a pile
Making me look like a child. Go on, hit on 3s.
No, you can't have any dice.
You both hit.
That can't be Death to the False Emperor. That's an extra
That
attack.
is an extra
chance to roll
attack.
for an attack.
Uh-oh.
That's another one.
That's 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4. So 4 to wound in total. One
wound.
1 wound. 1 2-up save, or I take a wound. I can't see it. I can't see it. Oh, it's a 4. Right, okay, we're safe.
Okay.
I panicked for them for a minute. So they have lost 3 models. There's going to be a morale check over there in a minute. That has died. So we'll let him get those out. Work out what his leadership is on those. Roll the morale check, although I think I'll probably be okay. I think you need to probably roll a 6 to fail. That was significantly more successful than I thought. So let's have a look at what this is going to look like in the end and then add up my points. Okay, so Sam's just reminded me of something. I was just going to let him get the possessed out with the Dark Apostle. He's just reminded me that actually he's got a roll of dice for every single model inside, and on a 6 they suffer a mortal wound. Or they're removed, aren't they?
Yeah,
might be
just
removed.
It's not more wounds.
Right,
it's
sweet.
Slain.
So he's about to roll 9 6s. And then he has looked up the leadership already, so we'll roll the leadership on camera and then we'll do a summary. So, 7, 8, 9, D6 dice, and I need results of a 6 are there. 1, you lose 1 in total out of all of them.
I'll take that.
And now it's not too bad, I suppose. And now you have to roll your leadership check. So they were leadership 7, they've lost 3, so you need a 4 or below. 6, so you would lose both of them, but you get to re-roll for your Word Bearer's Legion tactics, essentially.
Word Bearer's Legion tactics are basically a nation know no fear.
Cool, so you get to re-roll for another 6. 4 on the money. So the Havocs do survive. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Summary, basically, that ended up going better than I think I probably expected in total, especially after whiffing with the last cannons and with the melter guns from the assault squad there. What we did manage to do eventually is kill that Land Raider. So what we have done is we've got Big Game Hunter, which is amazing. Wounds characters to 20 or more, get a score of victory point. Aerial Assault, well, that Librarian Dreadnought has the fly keyword currently because he's got Wings of Sanginius on. So we get Aerial Assault for another victory point. So I've now got 2. Domination, I'm going to bin it. I'm going to get rid of Domination because I'm not going to secure all 6 objectives in this game, I don't think. So I've now got 2 VPs. Sam got First Blood for 1, and I don't think you achieved... Oh, you did. You achieved no prisoners, didn't you? I think it was.
I killed your Bile Predator and I got a victory point for killing 1 unit.
So he's got a victory point for no prisoners. So he's got First Blood, no prisoners. So it's currently 2 each at the end of turn 1. So it is quite a balanced game. Look, we didn't lie to you.
Yeah.
We were telling the truth. So we're going to let him get his Possessed out and move that Land Raider. But what we're going to do now is move into Word Bearers, turn 2. The Heretics are enraged. Sam decided to ditch Path to Glory, basically, or Rise to Glory. That's probably too difficult for him to do at this stage, maybe, possibly. So we thought we'd take a gamble and take 2 more cards. He got Overwhelming Firepower and Domination. Now, luckily for me, most of his strong firepower has been decimated. But what he does have is a couple of melter guns, and they are both within melter range of a Librarian Dreadnought. I'll show you in a minute. So that's actually possible. Domination, probably as likely for Sam as it was for me, although with the amount of power armor he's got on the board, it's probably more likely for him. But not this turn. And does he want to spend time spreading out to get that objective? Maybe not. I think we might see that on Bind on the next turn. And he's still got Blood and Guts, which is kill something in the fight phase, which is likely to happen, and I'll show you why. So as you pan back on the battle grid, you will see what's happened. Don't worry about your cup. I'm okay with cups being in it, especially when they're DZ cups.
Yeah, DZ.
Available. His 2 Havocs have come and hid under here like the cowardly Astartes they are. Heretic Astartes, I should say. The Sorcerer, however, has decided to come and take charge of that situation and face up the 5 Sanguinary Guard. Looks like it's a loss for him in melee, but he has Smite first and he has Diabolic Strength. So actually that's probably quite likely that he's able to take those on. The Raptors have inched forward ever so slightly so they can fire their pistols up and then try and launch assault on the scouts here. I'm hoping they just stay stuck there trying to assault scouts all game. I'm okay with that. Over here is where it gets very busy. So he got his Possessed out. They kind of ended up over here. Then the Land Raider gets removed because, as you know, you remove the transport after you've disembarked the troops. And I told you it was 6s cause mortal wounds. It's 1s. He did roll 1-1 anyway. So and he only rolled 1-6. So either way, the result was the same. He only lost 1 model. And they've got the Dark Apostle in there with them as well. These Tactical Marines have moved up and these have come round. As I told you, both of them have got their melter guns. Why did you paint pink tips?
So that you're there. So I'm not a very good painter. I would, I'd be humble here, and I'd say that I like bright colours that stand out. So
right.
In a squad of 5, where you go, oh, how do you know which one's a melter? Yeah, I know you could say, well, he's armed with it, but pink all of a sudden stands out. Now you know he's got a melter.
I get that. It's kind of phallic. Anyway, the 10 Tactical Marines then got out of their transport. They pushed forward. He pushed the Rhino through. He then moved the Possessed forward, and the Tactical Marines came in. So that's the order in which that happened, and that's how he ended up where he is. Importantly, he's kept everything more than an inch away from my stuff, so it's all perfectly legal. What it means is now there's a lot of power armor sat there, and I was kind of okay with it, with a Bile Predator and stuff, which he destroyed. But I have taken out his big hitters, so he's now relying on bolt gunfire and Possessed in melee, etc. So this is going to be quite interesting now. Let's see if the Emperor will protect that Librarian Dreadnought. Let's not forget, my Warlord is still ready to make planetfall. He's still reading the battle plans from above and ready to come in when he thinks the time is right. But he may have left it too late already. So let's see what happens. Sam, we're going to move into his Psychic phase. Do you know what you're doing straight away, or do you want me to give you some time?
So I think we're going to go for some smiting.
Smiting?
Yes, we're going to smite.
Why would you smite?
I'm going to smite your Sanguinary Guard.
Let's see if those guard can be smoten.
That demon coming out of his arm is going to go, I'm going to eat you.
Yeah.
For 8, so it is a smitey.
It is a smite. It's D6 mortal wounds.
D3.
D3, sorry. Yeah, you're right. D3 mortal wounds.
For 3.
For 3. So I lose 1.5 Sanguinary Guard. That makes me sad. Any other psychic powers?
Yeah, then I'm going to cast, I think,
diabolical strength. On myself.
Diabolical strength on himself. That seems like a standard move.
So this one is definitely a 6. When I looked back earlier when we couldn't remember, it's 7 for prescience, 6 for diabolical strength.
Cool.
And I love it.
And you've got 8. So you got Corn's number. Oh, I should probably have checked if that librarian was in 24 inches to deny you. Ah, well. We'll have a look in a minute, and I might deny diabolic strength.
I'll keep these to one side then.
So he is within 24 inches for Deny the Witch. Lesson, I would have used it on Smite if I'd have known, been aware, paid attention. I get so excited when filming that I didn't. So I'm going to call that one my fault and only deny Diabolic Strength, which is a warp charge value of 8 he got, and I need higher than an 8. Doesn't matter anyway, I wouldn't have even denied Smite. So there we go, it doesn't matter. I just need to remember it so people don't shout at me. Cool. So you've got both your powers. They're both done and set. Now it's time for you to start opening fire with your Heretic Marines. The chants are starting to echo around this canyon. The word bearer is getting ready to summon in some demonic spawn. But now they must clear these grounds first. We're going to start with this 5-man tactical squad over here that are going to fire absolutely everything into the Librarian Dreadnought. He's only got 2 wounds remaining. And they've got 4 bolt guns for 8 shots and a melter gun. So I imagine we'll see the melter gun first.
Yeah.
And it hits. It's strength 8 and toughness 7 3s. And it wounds. It's AP -4. So you need to roll anything but a 1 and he blows up.
Oh.
He survives.
Command point that.
Are you going to command point it? Is it worth it? You've got another melter gun sat right there and 4 bolt guns.
If I don't do this and I don't kill him, then I guess I'll...
It's up to you.
No, okay, you're right. I should go with what you said. It is foolish. And now watch me not kill him.
With no high power weapons on the field and things like veterans of the Long War still in your bank, I'd probably save the command point, but it's up to you.
Cool. Yeah, I won't use a command point.
So you got 4 bolt pistols for 8 shots from the same squad. Bolt guns, sorry, for 8 shots from the same squad that you could still kill him with. Because they're winning on 5s, don't forget now. Because 8th edition is boss. Hitting on 3s. So good range of hits. Wounded on 5s. So you did get a wound on him, so the squad could still do it. I have a 3-up armor save. There you go, like that. I told you. There you go. And I saved your command point. I told
Cheers,
you.
Liam.
6 is to explode. Go for a 6. No, he doesn't explode. The Librarian Dreadnought has been wrecked. Oh, he was so good. It makes me sad. Let me remove him. Which means the target priority for these 5 Marines have now changed. The melter was obviously lining up on the Librarian Dread on the off chance that that one didn't do its job. But bolt guns are still a powerful weapon in the 41st millennium. Even ones as old as these. So now that melter, luckily for Sam, because it wasn't planned, is in range of the Furioso. So he's going to fire into them. But the bolt guns are also going to fire in. This guy here is in rapid fire range. The other 3 aren't. Anyway, we'll do the melter gun first. Hitting on 3s. Hits. Wounding on 3s. Wounds. AP -4, so I don't get a save. D6 damage.
Yes!
For 6 wounds. I hate you. Honestly.
Every time with my damage rolls is always
I hate you. What we did forget with that melter gun, actually, to be fair, we didn't need to roll the bolt guns, if we were honest with you, because it's 2d6 damage, pick the highest.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because he blew them up anyway. I don't like you very much right now. I don't know why I keep inviting you back. I think it's because no one else will come and play. So he's now down to 2 wounds. This is childish, because I know what's coming as well. Anyway, let's do your bolt guns. So you've got 1 in rapid fire and 3 in not. So you've got 5 shots from your bolt guns coming in on that Dreadnought. As we've just shown with the Librarian, they can still do some wounds. So they hit on 3s. 3 hits. They wound on 5s. So you've got a wound there. And I have a 3-up armor save. And I make it. There we go. So there's 2 wounds remaining. So now we've got, over this side of the table, we've got Rhino and Tactical Squad of 10. Has this changed what you're thinking about doing with those? Or are you going to stick to the same tactic you told me about?
Remember, kill what you can kill.
Kill what you can kill. So he has 10 bolt guns there. That's 20 shots in rapid fire. And Sam's about to spend a command point.
Yeah, demon shells.
Demon shells?
Is that the? Sorry, no. I was thinking about the Dark Apostle. I was getting so excited that I was going to pop out, and he's going to.
Oh, we're going to do demon shell first before we do veterans. Oh no! So the reason why I say oh no is because I've used this strategy in the past and I love it. If you've seen the game against Winters on DZ, which I'd imagine actually will come out after this one, so you probably haven't done. This is an epic stratagem. It's a command point, single command point from the Chaos Space Marines book for any character with a bolt pistol, combi bolt, or bolt gun. And basically, instead of firing a bolt pistol shell, they fire a demon shell. So he stuffs a demon in the end of his bolt pistol, levels his sights, and pulls the trigger. If he hits, and Dark Apostles hit on 3s, if he hits, then the target suffers D3 mortal wounds instead of normal damage from a bolt gun. However, if he fails to hit, then he suffers D3 more wounds, and Dark Apostles have only got 4 wounds. So let's see what happens. Sam's spending the command point. I've given away what he's going to do with the tactical marines as well there. Anyway, he hits on a 3. He hits D3 mortal wounds.
Yes!
3 mortal wounds. The Dreadnought is slain. This is looking bleak for the Blood Angels. He doesn't blow up. He is removed from play. I only just put that wound count on him. He is removed from play. The Dark Apostle... I mean, it's fitting, isn't it, really, that Word Bearers are a legion that can use demons in bolt pistols. That company ancient...
I like to think he just got some some possessed parchment shoved up in his barrel, fired it, and it was just, a picture of Lorgar in the face.
It makes me sad, because I've never really used that Furiosa before, and I've never really got to use the frag cannon before. And that hasn't changed. So let's move on to the tactical squad here. I'm guessing they might now fire at these 4 Marines instead?
Yeah, they are. Definitely.
So Sam's original tactic was to load all 20 bolt gun rounds into that Furiosa Dreadnought and stick veterans of the Long War on for +1 to wounds. That's 20 bolt gun shells, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Could have whittled some wounds off of him before he multi-charged. Doesn't seem to be a problem, because he luckily got a motor shot in range and then managed to blow the rest of them away with Demon. So we're now going to do 20 bolt gun shells into those 4 Marines. Are you bothering the veterans still?
No, I'm not. There's
No?
no point now, because even if I don't kill you, I can just charge you in a minute anyway.
Right, okay, so 20 bolt gun shells. Bolt gun fire came ripping in from the Word Bearer's Chaos Space Marines. He missed with 6, so he hit with 14 dice. Subsequently then wounded with 10 of them. So I have 10 3-up armour saves to make. I lose 1, I lose 2. I lose 2 tactical marines, which means I'm going to force him to charge me, but I don't think he's that worried by it. So we're going to move the 2 basic tactical marines. We're going to leave the melter gun and the sergeant in the squad, because the sergeant gets an extra attack and the melter gun's a melter gun. So on the off chance he manages to hit something in Overwatch, he might kill it. It's not looking good for the Blood Angels already. I really love the Blood Angels force, but I just can't make them work for me with the models I have. And I refuse to take a Smash Captain, because and you want me to.
Yeah, I want you to take Sanginius. I think... I
can't
currently
do it.
it's just so much fun to watch him run around.
I can't do it. I can't. Anyway, I've got something close to Sanginius, which is coming in soon, but not quite. Anyway, that's that. That's this side of the table pretty much fired. You have a combi bolter from that Rhino that can shoot into tactical marines, or the assault marines or tactical marines. Either way is in rapid fire. It'll be 4 shots.
I'm going to go into the weakened squad, because I don't really want to charge him if I don't have to.
Kill what you can kill, Sam. That's what you keep telling me.
Kill what you can kill.
It's your tactics. So we've got 4 shots from the combi bolter hitting the tactical marines. 3 hits. 4s to wound. 1 wound. So you might still kill 1. Yep, you do. Oh.
Sergeant or melter? Decision.
This is a hard call, isn't it?
You want the extra attacks in combat, not the...
I'm going to take the melter begrudgingly, only because I want the sergeant to, 1, survive the morale phase if he's still alive, and 2, I want him to perform some sort of heroic deed. Anyway, all we've got left now, really, is 2 characters over here. One's got a plasma pistol, the Warlord, and one's got a bolt pistol, the Sorcerer.
Combi bolter, sorry. He's
Combi
in Terminator
bolter.
Army, can't take a bolt pistol.
Of course. And then we've got the 5 Raptors left as well. So, who's first?
We'll go with the Warlord. And as everyone who's seen my videos before knows, I always love to overcharge.
You always overcharge. Oh, God, I hope you roll a 1.
I can re-roll ones.
I hope you
Chaos
roll it
Lord.
again. I've seen it. Let's see if it happens again. So, what's a 2? Does the Chaos Lord hit on a 2? He probably does, doesn't he? Yeah, okay. So, you managed to hit. You are now strength lots and toughness 4.
Wound.
So, you wound. Yeah, of course, it's 8, isn't it? It's AP minus 3.
Yep.
I have a 2-up save as standard, so I'm now on 5-up. I pass it. Look at that.
Hey.
We've got a combi bolter from the Terminator Sorcerer there. So that's 4 shots from the combi bolter.
I'm not sure where he's hiding it. He's got a sword in one arm and a demon in the other.
It's
So.
probably bolt shells spewing out the demon's mouth. It's 4 attacks.
4 shots.
4 shots in rapid fire for a combi bolter. hitting on 3s for a sorcerer or 2. It doesn't matter, you hit with everything anyway. And again, falls to wound. So that's 3 wounds. I have 3 2-up saves. All 3 pass. If I'd have failed one there, I'd have lost another guard because one's on 1 wound. Right, okay, and then we've got your 5 bolt pistols from the Raptors. Come firing in. See if you can clear out some of these scouts.
Come on, scouts.
Hitting on 3s.
1 to die.
1 misses. Oh, 2 misses. Winning on 4s.
Ah!
No wounds, no dead scouts, no assaulting them.
Not again.
That's going to be stuck in this epic duel for the rest of the game.
Sure, you next time.
Right, okay. That was quite painful from a Blader's perspective. I've lost both Dreadnoughts, pretty much a whole tactical squad there, and there is a big Word Bearer's presence sat in the middle of this board as we move into the Word Bearer's charge phase. Okay, Overwatch. So the Possessed are going to charge the Assault Marines, the Tactical Marines are going to clear out the Sergeant or try to, and both of those characters are going to charge the Sanguinary Guard. Do you know which order you're going to charge those 2 characters in?
Yeah, the Terminator's going to go in first.
So the Sorcerer's going to go in first, and then the Chaos Lord. So let's roll up some Overwatch. Overwatch fired, achieved nothing. We did do a wound to the Sorcerer, but his age-old dark technology Sorcerer Terminator armor held firm, and he hasn't suffered any damage. So Sam's going to roll some charges. Now that Sorcerer is in. Unless you want to do something fancy with him, I'm okay for you just to push him in. Yep. If you want to move him around the back, you can do that, but you need to roll for that, obviously. So which one do you want to do first over here, the Tactical Marines or the Possessed?
I'm going to do my Lord first.
The Lord, of course, he's got quite the charge distance here. It's looking about 7 inches-ish, I guess. So let's see what you get.
6,
That's
7,
an 8.
That
is in. He will make that into combat. There's no doubt there at all. I'm sure he'll be within an inch with 8-inch charge there. Over here, which one now then? Tactical Possessed. Possessed.
I think we'll go with Possessed.
Possessed first.
And then the Dark Apostle will also declare a charge, because...
Yeah. So the Possessed are about 3 to 4 inches away. Yeah. We'll measure in a minute, but you're probably not going to fail this. Let's have a look. Oh, that counts. You only get to use 1 dice now. That's the rules. So a 3 and a 6 is a 9, so they're going to get a mammoth charge. So let's roll for your Dark Apostle to see if he makes it in. Are you sure you want to roll him in?
5 inches.
5 inches. He might not make that, actually. But then we'll do the Tactical Marines finally into this... Sorry, Tactical Marines. The Chaos Space Marines into this Tactical Marine. Unless you want to reroll that 1 with a command point.
No, I'm okay.
Cool. So these are going to need about 4, I think. And they get an 8. So everything is going to make it into combat. This is disgusting, and we should probably mention, I don't think we did in the lists, but the Possessed have got the mark of Khorne. So they can use the 3 command point stratagem to fight twice, and he's got 5 left. So it's possible and plausible.
I took 8, so I have 7 left.
Command points?
Oh, 5 command points. I thought it was a model. I thought you meant I've got 5 models left. There's more than 5 there.
There's 5 command points left. They're over there on the table. There's 5 command points left. That's how I know, Sam, because I can count them from here. Anyway, let's let him move into combat and then get back to you with the fight phase. Charge moves have been made. It's looking really bleak for the Blood Angels. I thought we'd balance this really, really well. Apparently not. Apparently the Chaos are on an absolute murder path. So they've made the combat against that tactical, made the charge against the Tactical Marine. All of the Possessed are in range to fight the Assault Marines. Importantly, both squads are in range of the Dark Apostle for the reroll failed to hits. And then the 2 characters have piled in there to the Sanguinary Guard. I am denied about it. And then I've declared to Sam, I've given him the information early so we can just roll through these attacks on camera. I'm not going to spend my final 2 command points to interrupt. Although I thought it might be a good idea to take out the Sorcerer if he didn't attack with him first. And I still think it's a good idea. But I've only got 2 command points left and my Warlord's still in reserve. And I want to use... Descent of Angels again to get him into combat. So we're not going to spend 2 command points to interrupt. So who are you wanting to fight with first?
I'm seeing as I know you're not going to interrupt, I'm still going to fight with the Sorcerer first.
He's still going to fight with the Sorcerer first. Right, excellent. We looked it up. The Sorcerer has 4 attacks. He's not as good in melee as the other 2 characters he's got because he only hits on 3s. But he has got a Force Sword with Diabolic Strength. So 4 attacks hit on 3s.
Point out, he's got 3 attacks. The 4th is for Diabolical Strength.
Yes, thank you.
Anyone that whinges.
Yeah, no one whinges.
No one whinges.
They just tell me off. And then you get to reroll 1s for the Lord nearby as well.
Yep.
No, not bad. All 4 hit. Strength 6 means you now win me on 3s. So that's 3 wounds. They're AP -3 because they're a force sword. So I have 3 5-up saves. I fail. That's probably cocked, I think. I fail all 3. So the first one kills the Sanguinary Guard. That's done. So now you have 2 D3 wounds. So the first one kills another Sanguinary Guard, and the next one kills another Sanguinary Guard. So 3 of the Sanguinary Guard have been destroyed. Can you please remove 3, not the Power Fist?
Not the fist.
Not the fist. Winters told me off once because I killed the fist, and he told me never kill the fist.
Never kill the fist.
So that one left with the fist is actually called Winters because of some heroic deeds he pulled off against the Tau in a previous game. Bleak. Chaos Lord time?
Yeah, I think the Chaos Lord's also going to fight the...
The Lord's got 4 attacks. He hits on 2s. And he gets to reroll 1s because he's in range of himself. So that's 4 hits. He's strength 7 now because of the Black Mace. So he wounds on 3s. He wounds twice. It's AP -2, the Black Mace. So I have 4-up saves. It's not going so well. No, I'm just going to let him die. It's 2 damage each to Black Mace, so I considered re-rolling that to get myself a 4-up. It's not guaranteed, and then I definitely can't use the Scent of Angels. So they have slaughtered the Sanguinary Guard. This is going to be over before it started, I think. Right, let's move on to the next unit. Tactical Marines.
Yeah, we'll go with the Tactical Marines.
So we've got 10 Tactical Marines here, which means with the Sergeant they've got a total of 11 attacks. Of course, when I say Tactical Marines, what I mean is Chaos Space Marines. Confusing. So, 11 attacks, hitting on 3s with rerolls. I want this Sergeant to survive this. Dark Apostles allow you to reroll all failed to hits, not just ones. So that's all but 2 hits out of his 11. So that's 9 hits in total. Strength is 4, 4's to wound, not 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This isn't looking good for the Tactical Marine. 6 3-up saves. Nope, killed twice. He has been slain as well. And then the Possessed. Now they have some sort of random mutation, don't they, or something like that?
Yeah, but before we go into combat, I'm going to spend a command point to do Veterans of the Long War.
No, that's overkill.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so Sam's spending another command point to do Veterans. And I'm going to look at what this random table does. So their random attacks is quite simple. They roll a single D3, and then each model gets that number of attacks in a unit. They're strength 5, AP -2, and 1 damage each. They're a lot more frightening than I thought. A lot better than I think Possessed used to be anyway. So, a D3 for a 1. That's not funny. 14 attacks from the Possessed now, because there's 7 of them remaining. One of them was slain when the Land Raider blew up. So it's 14 attacks hitting on 3s. 14 attacks hitting on 3s. And they get to reroll all the failed to hits because the Dark Apostle's nearby. So anything that's a miss is a reroll. And you gain 2 more hits from that. So it's a total of 3 misses. This is not looking good.
Death to the False Emperor.
Yes, you get 2 additional attack. Well, you get 2 additional rolls to hit.
And then I can reroll that because of...
Yeah, so you get 2 more hits. So basically you end up with 13 hits in total. Ouch. And these are strength 5, which is 3s to wound. But he's got Veterans of the Long War on, so he's wounding on 2s. It doesn't look good for these Assault Marines. So that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's 13.
Right, 13. So here is here's 6 dice. They're AP -2. Here's 6 dice. Oh, hello. So 5 of 4 of them passed. That's not bad, is it? Here's another 6 dice. There's 2 dead so far. Another 4 die. That's 6 dead. And I have 1 more dice to roll. And he passes. So I lose 4 in total. No, 6, sorry, in total. 6 of those Assault Marines die. And there is only 7 in the squad. So 1 does survive and will get to fight back. He's got ready to fight. He's raised his chainsword. So he's 2 attacks base, +1 for wielding the chainsword. So he is going to hit on 3s. It's not going very well for the Blood Angels. He has the Red Thirst. Your toughness is 4 still.
Yep.
So I wound on 3s. So I wound you twice. So you have 2 3-up saves.
Loved him.
Yeah, loved him. And now I have a morale check to make. Now his leadership is 8. I lost 6. 6. So, yeah, okay. 2 or less. Oh, look at that. He stays. I don't know if I wanted to. I think I might want to get out of the way. So this is bleak. This is just the end of Sam's World Eater's turn 2. I have left a Razorback with some tactical marines in, a Vindicator, a single assault marine, some scouts, and my Warlord yet to arrive. But we must repel the heretic as we move into Blood Angels. We should probably talk about the cards that you've scored as well, shouldn't we, Sam, to be honest with you, before we move into Blood Angels turn 2. So, overwhelming firepower, blood and guts, and domination is what we had. Here they are. So domination he hasn't got. Overwhelming firepower he did score for a single point, I think. So you killed both dreadnoughts in shooting, and that was it. If you'd have killed another unit in shooting, you'd have got D3 points instead. Blood and guts, kill something in the fight phase. That definitely happened because a single tactical marine was slaughtered there. Actually, the Sanginius guard died over there as well. So that's 2.
Off, yeah.
So on both of these, if you've got 1 more on each, you've got D3 victory points. Anyway, that puts Sam on 4 to my 2. You're going to keep this, or you're going to bin domination?
I'm going to bin domination.
Bin domination, that's a wise choice. You're going to get a fresh 3 draw next turn. I think I also get a fresh 3 draw next turn. I need something good to turn up to keep me in this game. Ironically, considering the mission we're playing, we've seen no secure objective cards yet. And now I really don't want to pull any because you've got much bigger board presence than me as we now move into Blood Angels turn 2. The Warlord finally ready to descend upon this battle grid, and he's decided he needs to take control of this. We've just pulled some cards, and I was saying to Sam as I was pulling cards that I think I am knackered here because he's got a lot of stuff and I haven't. And then I pulled these cards. Very, very interesting draw. Basically, the Warlord does want to take control of this board. He does want to command his angels and show them how it's done. Priority orders received. Purity through bloodshed. Purity through bloodshed basically means the Blood Angels unit needs to kill something in the fight phase. If I do 3, I get D3 victory points. 6, I get D6. 3 plus D3. That's not going to happen on the 3 or 6 units because I just haven't got enough. But I can get a single point, and if my Warlord can do it, I gain 3 points for him doing it. So that's worth 4. Kingslayer, well, we know about that one. And then Decapitating Strike. Decapitating Strike means that we had to work out which of Sam's characters had the highest power level. And then he needs to die, basically, and he needs to be killed by a Blood Angels unit for another victory point. Now, the downside is I can't do all 3 at the same time. So we added up his power level. Dark Apostle is 5, the Chaos Lord is 5, the Sorcerer and Terminator armor is 8 because of his Terminator armor. So I have to slam into the Sorcerer to get Decapitating Strike. And his invulnerable save is worse than the Lord's. So I'd argue he's the better choice and the better target. But if I killed the Lord, I'd get Kingslayer. So it's a difficult choice because Kingslayer is worth D3 points. Like I said, I think the Sorcerer is the one to kill. If I kill the Sorcerer, I get 1 for Decapitating Strike plus 4 for priority orders received for a total of 5 VPs. Sam's currently 2 ahead of me. So if I get all 5, that puts me 3 in the lead, and I might be able to then punch the Warlord if he doesn't get me first for the additional D3. And basically that little scrap over there I'm relying on to keep me in the game on victory points alone, and then see if I can hang on whilst basically he clears my numbers up. So what else we've done? Scouts haven't moved, obviously. Tanks haven't moved, they're heavy. That angel has fallen out of combat and he's sat on that objective out of the way. Might move him further away, but I am kind of hoping that the Vindicator can do some work on these possessed, because if they're more than 5 models, I get D6 shots rather than D3. These 5 tactical marines have got out of this Razorback, having seen their brothers cut down by the Heretic Astartes tactical squad. And I've got flamers in there, so I'm going to bathe them in flames and then make a charge of my own. Hopefully, if I can whittle some of these numbers down, I might stand a chance to cling on in this game. But I don't know what it is about you coming here, using my dice and rolling the way you roll.
It doesn't happen anywhere else. So.
The gods are with you, Sam. The gods are with you.
Chaos gods.
That's what it is. The Chaos gods are with you on this day. Your luck is up. The demons want to arrive. We're going to move into the Blood Angel Psychic phase. I don't have one because you killed him. So we're going to then roll it into the Blood Angels shooting phase. The Vindicator remaining stationary has levelled his Demolisher Cannon and he's about to attempt to annihilate some possessed for D6 shots. 5 shots from the Vindicator. Not too bad at all. Hitting on 3s because we stay still. Oh, we missed 2. Strength 10 means it's 2s to wound. That's 3 wounds. It's AP minus 3, I think. Pretty sure it's AP minus 3. You don't ever use the dice I give you.
Oh, sorry.
This is what it is. You pick up the weighted ones.
Over there.
No, it's okay. I think it's minus 3, so it's 6 up saves.
I have a 5+ invulnerable because I'm a demon.
Of course. That's and that's D3 damage. 1 takes a wound.
They have 2 wounds each.
I'm going to go and cry somewhere. We're now going to fire a bolt pistol from that assault marine to try and remove a wound from that one dude. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Nope, that didn't work. Right, let's try over here. First, the Sergeant's Hand Flamer will go in. D3 shots from the Hand Flamer. For 2. Auto hits at strength 3, so it's 5 to wound. For nothing. And then the Flamer, the Heavy Flamer, D6 shots. For 3. Strength 5, 3 to wound. Because auto hitting, obviously. Oh no. 1 wound at AP minus 1.
Just 4s.
I killed a Marine! Woo! Yeah. And then we've got 3 bolt guns that are in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s. Oh my lord. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound from bolt guns on your tactical marines or your Chaos Space Marines. I killed another one. Woo! I mean, that's as good as it gets for me. Oh no. Last cannons. They've got to hit possessed. So 2 shots from the last cannons hit possessed on 3s. That about sums it up. The Dark Gods are dominating this planet. The Blood Angels are in disarray. So now we're going to move on to the Scouts and... Scouts. We're going to fire the 4 sniper rifles at the Chaos Lord. The missile launcher can't because he's a character who's not the nearest. So the missile launcher... We're going to fire frag from the missile launcher, because we never see it, into the 5... No. We're going to fire a crack, I think, into the Havocs down there, actually.
I was hoping you wouldn't see them.
Yeah, I didn't. I've just spotted them at the corner of my eye. Actually, I'm going to fire a frag into them. Let's do that. That's better, because I get more shots. Maybe, probably, possibly not. So 4 shots into the Chaos Lord, hitting on 3s for the sniper rifle. Oh my god. I'm gonna crush those into tiny pieces, and I'm going to pick different... I don't want yours to wound. Nope, doesn't wound. Scouts back to being the way that they've always been. D6 shots from the frag. 3. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. No wounds. So with what little firepower I've got, that's been absolutely dreadful. Now, that Chaos... Blood Angels captain, thank you. They're pretty much equidistant. The Chaos Lord arguably nearer. So I'm going to fire his plasma pistol at the Chaos Lord. Now, do I or don't I?
You should always overcharge.
You know what? I mean, it's not like I've got anything to lose right now. So let's overcharge into the Chaos Lord. Hitting on 2s. Hits. Wounding on 2s, because it's now strength 8. That's the face of sympathy right there. That's the face of sympathy right there. All right.
You just can't have any worse luck.
I can't catch a break tonight, can I? Not a chance. So, charges. So we're going to spend my final 2 command points because I need to score these cards. And it's not going well. We're going to spend my last 2 command points on Descent of Angels as I charge his Sorcerer. Who can overwatch with a bolt pistol in a minute. And then what we're also going to do is charge this tactical squad into those Marines. I wouldn't normally I'd hold them back and hit overwatch with my Flamers, but he's still got a good chunk of Marines there, and he's still got enough points to chuck Veterans down again and obliterate my tactical Marines. So we're going to charge those tactical Marines in there as well. They're about a 4 or 5 inch charge. So let's roll some overwatch. Overwatch happened. The Chaos Space Marines leveled their bolters and unloaded with everything they had. They rolled and hit once, wounded once, and my power armor stood true. Mine are looked after by Tech Marines, not left to rot from years and years of fighting. The Warlord here, he made a charge against your Sorcerer. You hit twice, you wounded once, and my armor again stood firm. So now we're going to roll into the charge phase proper, as in I'm going to roll some charge distances. So these guys need to charge in, I think it's a 4 or 5 inch charge. We'll see where we get and roll up. That's 7, they'll make it, that's good. He had Descent of Angels, 3d6 to get 9 inches. And I've got no command points left. But my relic allows me to reroll failed charges, which that is. Now I'm assuming, because my relic allows me to reroll failed charges, I get to reroll all 3.
So that's how I play it. Oh, look at that.
That is more like it. Charge moves have been made. The tactical marines have come ploughing into the Heretic Astartes. And this Warlord, because he has such a distance, I can put him around there. Looks like an odd move, I suppose, to some degree. I had a couple of choices here. So I have 4 attack space plus 1 for Death Visions of Sanginius, because I get the Black Rage, essentially. I did think about looking at charging the Lord as well. I didn't, and he didn't get to fire me Overwatch, and that's why I'm where I am. And by putting him there, even if Sam heroically intervenes, he only gets 3 inches. He can't get within an inch of my base, because I only have a small, tiny base nowadays, because that was the model that was supplied on originally. So he can't fight me. There we go, tactics. I need to do something here. So we're going to start with the tactical marines, just because I'm going to hold the suspense on that Warlord and watch me whiff dice in a minute. 4 marines hitting on 3s. Hit with all 4. Strength 4, but we wound on 3s because of the red thirst. 3 wounds on your tactical marines so far. So it's 3 3-up saves. No modifiers on this stuff. Yep, there we go. I'm not sad. Sergeant hits on 3s. Hits twice. He has a power sword. He wounds on 3s. Wounds once. AP -3. 6-up save. I swear to God.
Do not get a 6. Do not get a 6. A 1.
Yeah, so finally we killed someone. You'll get to fight me back in a minute. Now we have the captain. So he has 4 attacks base, like I say. Plus 1 for Death Visions of Sanginius. I keep getting told off for that. We hit on 2s normally, but a power fist is -1. So we hit on 3s, rerolling 1s. There's 2. I don't get to reroll that. So that's 4 hits on the librarian. I'm strength 8. Your toughness is 4. So I wound you on 2s. There's a 1. So I have 3 wounds that have got through at -3 AP, but you have your 5+ Terminator Crux Terminatus to save you. Stick that in the middle here somewhere for me. And you fail 1, and I have
Pass 1.
Sorry, pass 1, and I have 2d3 wounds for 3 wounds. I'm not going to kill him. I'm not going to slay the Terminator Sorcerer. I'm not going to get all my points.
I really feel for you.
You don't lie.
This is not how it should go.
Don't lie to me. Look at my dice. The gods are on your side. There is clearly a strong Chaos God presence, and with that presence, you will strike back with the ferocity of Khorne. So the Sorcerer, go on.
So I'm still diabolically strengthened.
You are
So I've got 3 attacks,
+1.
4 attacks, strength +2, so I'm strength
6.
6. There we go. And I'm rerolling 1s because of...
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's 3 hits.
Yeah. Strength 6, it's 3 to wounds.
2 wounds, sorry.
2 wounds with a 4 sword, right? Now, I have a 3-up save because I'm a captain, even though he's painted up as being in Sanginius guard armor. I don't think captains get 2 up as standard. We'll have a look in a minute. Which means I have 6 ups. That's 1
Do you not
saved.
have save?
I do have 4 up invulnerable save for an Iron Halo. Thank you. Yeah, cool. So I survived that. I was just basically in the mood that he's going to get killed. Anyway, your tactical marines now get to fight back over here. So you've got 7 tactical marines left. I assume one's a sergeant, so that's 8 attacks. Fighting back against the Blood Angels tactical marines. So the Chaos Space Marines fighting Blood Angels.
Heretical marines.
Heretical marines, yeah.
Pure strange, because they are from the heresy. I do believe I'm still within my 6 bubble, so I'm going to get...
Rerolls to hit. Yep.
For the Dark Gods.
All but 1 that you get to reroll. Oh no. Okay, strength 4. So you're wounding me on. Yeah, 4. Sorry, thank you. 3 wounds, so not too bad actually. And the 3 up saves on the tactical marines. I lost a marine too, so that combat is essentially a tie. My morale can't fail. You've lost a couple, 3?
3 dudes.
3 dudes. Your morale really can't fail. What's your leadership? 8?
Yeah, so 7, 6, 5.
Yeah, so 6 is in your fail.
And I can re-roll it.
Yeah, so you need a 6 with a 6. No, 5, you're fine. So that went terribly, quite frankly. The librarian's only lost 3 wounds. I think he's only got 4 or 5.
I think he's got 4.
Yeah.
Oh, librarian turn armor will have 5 wounds because the normal one's got 4.
So I expected him to do better than that. He didn't. But I need 2 wounds to get through. So I still could kill that librarian and still get these orders, which isn't too bad. The likelihood is, the problem that I've got is he's likely to wield his warlord in now, and I have to try and survive against the Black Mace. If I can survive against the Black Mace, I'm confident now I can kill that librarian. Then we're okay. And we're looking at then trying to clean up with Kingslayer. It's possible. It is still possible. So I still could get a bunch of points over there. I could still get 6 to 8 points over there. But it is still looking very bleak. These tanks aren't performing very well. Those tactical marines have come in to try and push the force back and save the day. I did expect to see a lot less possessed at this stage. So I'd imagine that sergeant there has probably got some stained underwear right now. That's about as good as it gets, I'm afraid.
No, and they shall know no fear and all that.
Yeah. He does probably know a lot of fear right now. So these cards, because the Warlord can do all that work, I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm going to keep all of these cards, because I think I can score at least 2 sets of them in the next term. But we'll see what the Dark Gods tell the Word Bearers to do as we move into Chaos turn 3. The gods have whispered once more. They now think that they have a strong enough hold on this battle grid, and it's time to start taking ground and laying the foundations for the sacrifice that's going to come. Maybe the Blood Angels are the ones that are going to be sacrificed. Maybe it's their blood spilt that will summon the demons to this world. So this is what they have told the Word Bearers to do before they make planetfall and tear through reality. It looks like Sam hasn't shuffled his cards. I can confirm he has, because they're my cards, and I've used them before. So I know they're shuffled, but he managed to secure in different order. I think he drew them in this order. Secure 5, 4, and 6, either way. Secure 3 objective cards. When I saw them, I was quite excited, because I can steal, until I saw where the objective cards were. So, secure objective 5 is over here, and you've not made a move to go and grab that one.
Yeah, we were too busy chatting off camera and I made a mistake.
Well, we haven't finished the movement phase if you don't want to finish the movement phase, so you're welcome to move those across now.
No, I'll be a gentleman.
Secure objective 4 is down here. Yep, the Rhino sat on that one. Secure objective 6 is currently held by the Blood Angels, by that captain. So I think he's probably about to eat phallic melter. And then, yeah, he'll probably be blown away. I was kind of hoping that him drawing secure objective 6 will mean that the possessed would go and chew through him just to guarantee his death. Nope, they're looking at lining up on the Vindicator. If they make the charge, which they will, what does that mean? I have to fall back. If I have to fall back, I can't fire. That basically shuts this tank down for the rest of the game. That makes me a very sad panda. I won't show you my sad panda face. So the Dark Apostles moved up in support. Obviously, once they made the charge, I'll get the reroll charge, I'll get the reroll failed to hits. And those tactical marines, as you know already, have moved around to fire on that assault marine. These guys have stayed locked in combat, which is okay. But I now no longer get my +1 to wound, so I'm not quite as effective. I could have done with killing a few more. Finally, these guys are still sat around the campfire. It's like a 40k version of Brokeback Mountain. Right, happy?
Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah. Psychic phase?
Psychic. Oh yeah, I've still got a psyker. So I was thinking for a second.
Are we smiting?
We are smiting.
Oh. 2d6 for a perils. No, actually, don't perils. I don't want you to perils.
No.
No, because I priority was received. I have to kill you.
Well, I hope I peril.
A noble sacrifice.
The dark gods favour me.
Yeah. Corn cares
No,
not. You've got 5. So that's D3 mortal wounds from perils. From smite. Sorry. For 3. Now I have the Black Rage for a 6-up, and the Warlord trait, which I've forgotten the name of, makes it a 5-up. 5-up for no pain. Not a 1. I'd lose 3 wounds. I think he's only got 5 or 6 to start with. Yeah, that hurts. because you'll get to fight me first in combat as well. Sad face. Diabolical Strength, maybe?
Yeah, that was my next one.
On him or on the Warlord?
No, the Warlord's got the black mace. He doesn't need any more strength.
Okay.
So we'll just go with give it to him.
Yeah, cool.
To sit on a 6, that's a 4, so I don't get it.
No, okay, so no Diabolical Strength, which is good because he would have been in serious trouble, and I think he's kind of in trouble anyway, because only one of those Black Mace attacks has to get through at 2 damage, and I've probably only got 2 wounds left. I'd have to check a captain's wound statistic. This isn't me moving away gently, looking over my shoulder. Yeah, 5 wounds he's got. I just remembered that. I didn't just definitely look at the codex. Right, more shusting there. I say more shusting. We start now. The Blood Angels, World Eaters. I'm getting excited and confused at the same time.
Blood Angels, World Eaters?
Yeah, that's why I said I'm getting excited and confused at the same time. Word Bearers. There we go. Use your words, Liam. The Word Bearers shooting phase. Melter first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melter gun.
No, actually, I'm going to spend a command point and I'm going to demonic shell him off the board.
Oh no.
I'm going to put some parchment in a pistol. I'm going to fire.
So more parchment in pistols from the Dark Apostle, who's about to eat his own mortal wounds when he rolls a 2 to hit.
No.
No, he hits. D3 mortal wounds, doesn't matter what you roll because he hasn't got any sort of special saves, he's only got a single wound. That kills him, but more importantly, he doesn't secure objective 6. But if he'd have charged it, he could have secured objective 6. He didn't. So he doesn't secure that one now, but he can go and get that at a later turn. No guns here from the Possessed, right?
Nope, they have nothing.
But we do have melter guns. Are either of them in range now?
I don't think so.
That one there might be just in range of the Vindicator. Should we stick a tape measure on it and see?
Let's have a look. No.
No, he's just shy. Right, okay, cool. Pistols? Do they have pistols?
They do have bolt pistols.
Yeah, so you've got 7 pistols, 7 pistols in there to fire. Always remember your pistols in combat, kids. So that's 4 hits and 4 to win. So what is that, 2 wounds in total?
2 wounds.
So 2, there's 3 up saves from the pistols. Both safe. But at least remembered them.
Yeah.
They're not in range to fire at anything, really. Your Librarian can fire his bolt pistol into combat.
Doesn't have his combi bolter.
Combi bolter, so he can't fire that.
However, my Havocs are gonna.
Havocs, what are the Havocs doing?
They're gonna fire at the scouts.
With.
They're missile launchers.
I get that, but frag or crack, lunatic.
Sorry. Yeah, they're not gonna fire frag because it seems to be unreliable. They're gonna crack you off the board.
Yeah, I'm thinking that myself actually after the last couple of rounds. So crack missiles hitting on 3s, they didn't move.
Doesn't happen. 1 hit.
1 hit, 1 misses.
2s.
How close are they to that Chaos Lord?
9 inches.
Because they'll get to reroll that 1 if they are.
They are within 9 inches.
There you go, reroll the 1. I'm kind to you, aren't I?
That's
there you go,
close.
2 hits. Crack, strength 8, 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
AP minus 3 or 4?
-2.
AP minus 2. So I have 2 5 up saves. I'm going to use Sam's dice.
Not my dice.
They are now. 1 does die. Which one do we remove so you still can't really fit? This dude, I think. We'll remove that sniper rifle. Cool, so that's another dead scout. Pistols from the Raptors. 5 off. Hitting on 3s. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s.
Nothing.
No wounds. Cool.
Again.
So the Raptors are doing nothing at all, but mind you, the Scouts are doing nothing in reply. So now it is the charge phase for Sam, because I believe you fired everything you want to fire, Tree.
Let's double check.
This is his thinking, checking face.
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. Right, charge phase.
Go, boss. My boss is gonna charge your boss.
Will he make it?
Oh, I don't know. That's a large.
Yeah, I think he's probably in.
Oh, on a 6.
You've made that. And then over here, we're going to roll some Overwatch now, because I imagine the Possessed are going to charge the Vindicator.
We are, yes.
D6.
Also, I'm sandwiching you.
Oh, nice. D6. 6 shots. Like that. The problem is, that's my 6 now used. 6 is. Oh, another one. Oh, look at that. 2s. You couldn't write it. The Zeech could write it. Zinch knew this was going to happen.
And this will go down annals of history because it's recorded.
Yeah, Zinch already wrote it. So let's see if you manage to wrap this tank up. You don't really need to roll to get in, but let's see how many you can get in with a big 6-inch charge. So let's move them all into combat and then move on to the Word Bearer's fight phase. The Possessed have scurried forward and started to engulf this tank. Demonic claws scratching away at its armour. And the Warlord has made it in with my Warlord for a bit of a duel, which I don't think will be much of a duel because I only have 2 wounds remaining post-smite. But he still has a 3-up armour, 4-up invulnerable, 5-up feel no pain, so there is a chance he can survive the onslaught over there. There is a chance. So which would you like to do first? I can't interrupt. So which would you like to do first? Would you like to do Lord first or Possessed first?
So I'm going to spend Veterans of Long War command point.
Yeah.
So I can hit your Vindicator. We'll do that one first.
Yeah, okay. So you have D3 random attacks from the Possessed. Oh, I'm following it. 3 each, and there's 6 that can fight there, right?
Yep, 6.
So that's 18, strength 5, AP minus 1, minus 2? AP minus 2, because I like power axes. You told me that.
Yeah.
That's how I remember. I'm now just stalling with Sam counts, because he's a tanky, and tankies can't count. See? Literal proof.
Oh, I'd rather be that than Remy.
How many are you getting? You've only got 6 guys.
18 guys, 18 attacks in it.
Yeah, 6 threes, mate.
Literally can't count.
Right, brilliant. So he's hit on 3s, and he's managed to keep this back guy here in range of the Dark Apostle for rerolls because
Tactics.
Jeez. Yeah, go on. So 3s to hit with rerolls. So there's only a few misses there, actually. It's not a bad round of hits. Mind you, it is a tank that sat there firing massive shells, so it shouldn't be hard to hit. And it hasn't proved that hard to hit at all. Only 2 misses in total.
I can get an extra attack for this.
Yeah, you get to roll to hit.
Yes.
And he hits that. So actually he ended up with 17 of his 18 attacks hitting. Now, he's strength 5 normally. My toughness is 7, so it would normally be 5 to wound, but he's dropped a command point of veterans, which puts him on 4s. Many.
Many.
Right, you're going to need to hand me however many there are. So how many are there?
3, 6, 9.
So
not
9.
Not enough to destroy you.
9 wounds with 5-up armour saves. And I make 2. So I lose 7 wounds. And I believe I'm only starting on 11 or 12. So probably 4, maybe 5 remaining. Not good. Anyway, your Lord now gets to fight because he also charged.
Yes.
So he has attacks.
He's got 4 attacks.
There we go, 4 attacks.
But he's black.
His black
Once
mace.
you go black, you never go back, mace.
He hits on 2s. And he rerolls 1s because he's a Chaos Lord. So he hit all 4 times. Black mace gives him +3 strength, so he wounds on 3s. Okay, so only 2 wounds.
I'm going to command point that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this late in the game.
Oh, no.
I still got 2 to spend somehow.
I know, but...
I'm usually command point hungry.
So 3 so far.
However, 2 6s, and I'm pretty sure Black Mace does something disgusting on 6s.
Yeah, to the unit.
Oh, is it unit? Oh.
Yeah, if a model's killed with a Black Mace on a 6 plus the unit suffers a mortal wound or something like that. 4-up Iron Halo saves. Save 2, fail 1.
Flat 2.
Right. Flat 2 damage. 5-up. It's not disgustingly resilient. I almost just called it disgustingly resilient. 5-up.
Yes. Come to
Black
the Nurgle
Rage
gods.
saves. I need to make 1. He makes 1. He survives with a single wound remaining. Ooh, this is real squeaky bum time because it's Sam's turn, which means the Librarian gets to fight next.
Yes, he does.
Librarian, Sorcerer. He doesn't have 4 attacks this time. He's only got 3 because he didn't get Diabolic Strength. He's only Strength 4. So let's see if the Librarian can do some work. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s for the Captain. Lord. This is getting confusing. So he hit 3 times. He wounds on 4s. Oh no. 2 wounds. 2 4-up Iron Halo saves. Fail 1. This is a Force Sword rather than a Power Sword. So it does D3 wounds. For
3.
Oh, this is him dead.
Standard.
This is him
damage
dead.
rolling.
You're damage rolling. Everything must be tainted and cursed by the evil gods. I think you've probably bathed all your weapons in Nurgle's filth before you attack this battlefield. Right, 3 5-ups. I need to make all of them. I mean, that wasn't a bad go.
No, it wasn't.
That wasn't a bad go, but the captain decides to pull himself out before scoring those victory points. You always pull out. I've told you this before.
So many innuendos.
I've told you this before.
And you've just pulled out.
Now, I know that we are only at the end of Blood Angels. Sorry, Word Bearers turn 3, and we haven't even rolled that combat yet. Let's roll that combat. See if you kill those guys. So you've got 8 attacks there from the Word Bearers Chaos Space Marines. Hitting on 3s.
Not with rerolls this time.
No. So that's 2 misses, 3 misses, 5 attacks, hits, wound on 4. 2 more wounds, 3 up armor saves. Lose a guy, and I get to fight. But I think I would have got to fight you first, actually, wouldn't I? Because you activate one that's already in combat. I activate one that's already in combat.
Yeah, so put him back, and then
we'll fight the 3 guys already that hit on 3s and wounds on 4s because I don't have the red thirst anymore. So that's 1 wound at AP nothing. And you survive, and then the sergeant with his power sword hits twice. Wounds once, AP -3, 6 up. Yep, it's a 1. So I also killed a Marine. There you go. Hey. So that's a killed Marine each. Now, what I started to say before I allowed him to roll that combat, because I wanted to let him have his go, is this is bleak. This is really, really bleak. So Sam has secured objective 4, which puts him 3 points in the lead. He hasn't got 5 or 6, but he will get them. So he's 3 points in the lead. Now, I'm going to roll my turn, I think. Is there any point? I'm going to declare that there's no point in rolling my turn, looking at it, because I could snipe the librarian. The snipers so far have proven to do nothing. That would gain me a point because he's got the highest power level, which puts me on 3 points. I can't kill the warlord because they're too far away, and their 3 sniper rifles still won't do enough damage to kill that warlord, so I can't get Kingslayer for D3 victory points. Over here, my Vindicator's tied up, so if I pull out of combat, I can't do anything. And even then, if I could, he's so reduced that he'd be hitting on 5s at best anyway, and he'll just slam back into me and probably strip the final wounds off of his hull. This Razorback's 2 last cannons aren't enough. The firepower just isn't enough to remove all of these models because I only get 2 shots a turn. And finally, these 3 Marines have been fighting frantically, and considering 5 Marines basically took on 10 Marines, they've done okay, but I'm not going to win that fight. And if I do, there's much more bolter gun fire, melter gun fire. There's still the possessed that will come through and chew them. The Dark Apostle's alive. So this is a game that I can't win. And let's not forget the 2 Havocs sat having a picnic underneath that rock. It's a game I can't win. So shockingly, I don't like doing this, but I'm not going to waste our time. After your turn 3, my turn 2, I'm going to concede. And you need to start behaving if you're going to come back.
I'm sorry. We both said beforehand, this is actually going to be a balanced game.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
No, I honestly think the army lists were relatively balanced, in all seriousness. I still think to this point, considering I've just taken an absolute battering over 3 turns, that the lists were quite balanced. Honestly. The gods were not in my favour today. The gods definitely blessed the word bearers. This planet was obviously already tainted before we made planetfall. Their weapons cursed. The gift of foresight on your librarian, your sorcerer, sorry, he clearly knew what was happening, what was coming. The fact that I made planetfall and before I got to do anything at all, lost my Bile Predator. Ironically, if I still had that Bile Predator, I think I'd be in a slightly better position because I could have mowed a lot more of your power armor down, maybe. There's a turn where I got to fire the Vindicator at your possessed, for example, and if the Bile Predator was still there, I think it probably would have done more damage to your power armored guys. The captain whiffed a little bit over here, I won't lie. And he did try very hard to survive the onslaught from those 2 characters, but their bodies swollen by chaos, their strength enhanced by the gods. He couldn't withstand their onslaught. So it's been a bit of a disaster for the Blood Angels today. I haven't had the Blood Angels out in a while because I think the last time I played with them, I got a battering, and I think it was by you. No, it was actually by Noel. Yeah, you battered me with your Admech, and then Noel battered me with his towel. So I put them away in a childish strop. And tonight I thought, I fancy playing Blood Angels again. And they might go away in a childish strop, because this hasn't gone so well. But I'm okay with it. It's another battle report to stick on Warhammer. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. So a quick couple of shout outs. The battle mat and scenery was provided to us by GameMat.eu. Really quality stuff. I've got lots of battle mats from GameMat.eu. I've got a couple of scenery sets and I'm hoping to get some more soon. Love it. The scenery is all pre-painted. It's really good. The objective markers and the command point tokens, they're at cromlech.eu. I don't know if they'll be on the webpage at this point, but they're about to put them on soon. And they've got the deployment zone symbols in there. If you don't know what deployment zone is, which sounds nicely modelling on his t-shirt, head over to www.deploymentzone.tv. It is my website. I say my website because I built it, but actually it's mine and Winters' website. Winters from Winters SEO. If you don't know him, where have you been with 40k and YouTube? So we have a website. That is the website. Go and check it out. We release a battle report every single Tuesday. Near enough every Monday so far, Winters has released a top tip. There's behind the scenes videos. There's DZHQs, which is what the old more Winters series used to be, where him and I sit and chat about the hobby and about the plans for the channel. And that's our dream, to go full-time with 40k and compete with other big channels that demand your money for their content. But we focus more heavily on narrative games than we do on match play. I know this was match play tonight, but there's a lot of narrative stuff on DZ, and that's where the narrative focus is. So if you want top quality narrative stuff, head on over there. I think we're probably the best. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Sam's going to say that. He stood there in a DZ t-shirt. You can buy all this merchandise through the website. Really cool stuff. Finally, the biggest shout out goes to Element Games. They are sponsoring Warhammer and DeploymentZone.tv and Winters SEO, and they're amazing. There is a link in our description below. Please click that link, follow it. They know you come from me, from us. It makes us look awesome, and it's important to everybody that we look awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, cool. Right, thanks for watching. We'll get another one in soon. I'm hoping you don't have to wait as long for the next battle report, but we will see you in the next one.